Okay. We are back. We are back in action. Okay. It is good to be back. Today, we're going to try to finish up this banner release here. I want to make one more topper here, which is probably going to be a shield. I want to see if I can maybe add some emblems to these versions. Or at least just something that you can like write on or something, you know? Like a folded banner type thing. I'm also thinking of maybe including something in the geometry nodes where you can just put an image on top of this and project it pretty much perfectly. Right now I'm using an add-on called Flowify, but I'm pretty sure I can copy whatever the geometry nodes are doing in this add-on to some degree. One moment. I think my music is freaking up again. Oh. How's it done this? Wait, hold on. There we go. There we go. Actually, why is the music name so scuffed? All right. That's a good shield shape. Sorry about that. Uh-oh. My battery just died on my headset. Let me quickly get my other headset. There we go. Music's back. Sorry about that. Where were we? shape. Just keep it simple. I can hear you pressing your keyboard or something. What? Can you? Wait, why can you hear me typing? Why is it picking that up? Sorry guys, I just reinstalled my Windows, so things are not perfectly as they should be. Test. Oh, sorry about that. I hope that didn't blow out anyone's freaking ears. Why is this not working now? I'm very confused. This is my mic. And it's coming into... Why is it picking up everything? What? Properties. This one's monitoring. I don't know what I changed. Why can you hear everything? Maybe if I do this, now you can still hear everything. What? Just going to do some live troubleshooting here. Test, test, test. Oh, you can still hear everything. So that's... Oh, wait, this should be the one. Wait, is it still not good? Oh, I don't want to freaking render. You bastard. Whoa. What is this macro? Settings, recording. Monitoring device is VBA. That's correct. Do I have to re-add it? I really don't want to. Oh. No, it's fine. Wait, what? Okay. I guess my cable was hitting the microphone stand. Because the cable is attached to the microphone. No. All right, there we go. We're good. Back in action. What did I do? There we go, we're back. We're back. Let's finish this gosh darn shield. Guess we can just keep it simple, maybe. Don't have to do it in an extremely convoluted way. It's a simple shield, maybe. Looks good. little. Mm-hmm. Do. Let's see. I wanted to do, what is it called? Do. Wait, what? You mean there's no public active live stream? Excuse me. Yes, there is. Is my chat spurging out? What's happening? Getting conflicting messages here. Could have done this separately. I should have overlaid the, yeah, damn. That's unfortunate. Right, let's redo this really quickly. It's kind of a waste. Could have just overlaid those back plates. I don't know why I'm doing it so hard. It's fine. Just sculpt these back. Hello, Mr. Vermin. This top one kind of connects to the, I guess, the shoulders. Make these the shoulder plates there. And I'll overlap onto the spine. I kind of go like this, right? And shoulders kind of, they connect. They kind of like sit over the top like that. Like, oh, they come kind of to the front. That's kind of how they work. Obviously, this piece of bone isn't there. What a weird structure. What a weird piece of bone to have. Just like a... It's kind of like armor plating almost. Hangs like that. And it just kind of sits on top of the rib cage, or like, well, it's a clavicle obviously, but it does connect to your, almost to the side of your spine. Not quite, of course. Does a lot of the leg work. It's an interesting piece of a little architecture. Kind of like that. And then this kind of becomes... I guess the top of your clavicle? Kind of like that. These are like the connection points. Kind of veer off. Like that. Does that look good? Starting to look like something. What I wanted to do is I wanted to make this into like a praying skeleton, pretty much. That's the idea. Kind of like have his hands folded in front of his... like in front of him. That's kind of like the last banner. That's the idea anyway. Hmm. Okay. Oh, jeez. You know what? I should just do it per one hand and not two of them. I'm going crazy if I do two of these at the same time, interlinking. I'm not that good of a sculptor yet, unfortunately. Dude, what are these? What is happening to my Aster Labs? Is there a way to remove things from Caster Labs where I don't see the frickin' stream chat thing? Norman says, no, you were good. And only get better and better. Thank you, friend. But I mean, it's more of a... How do you call it? Like sculpting two hands intertwined is like, I mean, if you can do that from scratch, even with reference, it's just insane to me. Like two skeletal hands holding each other, good lord. I'm not gonna be able to sculpt that from a singular sphere, you know what I mean? That is too much. I'm just gonna start from one hand and then move on to the other. Let's see. So it would be a sphere. With a cylinder. This is like the main portion of the hand. Starts there. And then begins the real finger. Which tapers off into smaller and smaller bones. So let's do this finger by finger. This one's actually too long. A little annoying. Change that. Got the thumb. Which is actually only 3 bones and not 4. Starts like there-ish. One's smaller. This one's smaller, and this one's the smallest. There you go. Okay, now we can kind of sculpt this in the appropriate size there. Goes like that, kind of. Kind of overlaps. I may have to redo these arms. They look a little silly. I don't know why, but apparently bones have this weird tapering slash bulging edge to them. I'm gonna have to redo that forearm later. It's not quite the shape I want it to be. Okay. This isn't quite how it looks. In actual anatomy. But that's okay. Because we can just fake it. feel like this guy's neck is too short. Yeah. It should be like this, kind of. Now, to make this look a little better, I'm gonna just draw into this as well. I like that. It sells that bony look a little better. Because these are not supposed to be attached. There you go. Let me just link these up a little better. A little bit more chaotic. You don't want them looking too perfect. These a little thinner. Perfect. Okay, let's do these. Whoa. Really? Why do I have to? Okay. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Okay. Relations, single data. Basically, you want to merge all of these together. Same as these. Oh, hello, Mr. Iron. Welcome to the stream. Congratulations to your win in the ProxyBrewer painting competition. You are doing well, sir. See, we'll just do it like this, where Now, what I can do is I can just object data these. See? And now they all look alike. Yes, yes. Actually, I don't have to do this individually. Skeletal hands. Yes, indeed, my friend. Yes. Skeletal hands. Bony fingers, yes. Yes, my friends, bony fingers. Actually, I'm doing this wrong. This should be this. This should be that. That should be that one. Right? Iron says, really loved getting to finally paint those. I'm so behind my mini painting in general though. Hey, you know, that's the nice thing about miniature painting. You can always get back into it. You do not need to worry at all. You just get back in the groove whenever you feel like you're ready. And that's all there is to it. Nice. Okay, perfect. So these all have a normal. They can all move individually. Oops, wait, how did I miss this one? There we go. Got the hand that can move. And now we can just copy it over. Boom. Mirror. Slap it onto this one. What I want to do is I want to make him like praying, you know what I mean? Praying to God. Praying to Jeebus. Because that will make... I mean, that's just a cool flag topper, no? Having a skeleton on top of your flag? Come on. That's some cool shit. How does he look without the shadow? I mean, without the... Yeah. There he is. There's our boy. Freaking cool as hell. And you cannot convince me of anything else. Over here. Over there. It's over there. It's onto that. Now we have our skeleton base mesh. I mean, that needs a little bit of cleanup, but... Oops. Wait. What? Why is this connected? Oh, it's because it's a mirror. Right. We forgot about that, mate. We forgot about all that. Luckily, that's completely fine. I need to bring these arms. Whoa. Wrong side. What's happening? Why? There we go. Oh Lord, save me, Jesus. Oh Lord. He's praying to God. Should actually be a little closer. Oh Lord, oh Lord. Deliver me from evil. That's awesome. I wonder, actually, I think his hands are too small. Lord Jesus, save me. Come on, that's cool as hell, man. I love this. Great. You need to see his face better. There you go. Oh, I can't do that? Okay, well, that's fine. It's kind of not wide enough. Slightly here. These need to be slightly wider. Norman says, got ahead. See you later, bud. See you later, man. Have a nice day. Look at that. Oh, I am very pleased. That's sick. I can't believe I just sculpted that today. Look at this. Look at that. Come on. That's cool. That is sick. Now that's a flag topper, bro. That's a goddamn flag topper right there. He's praying to God. Oh, yes. That's what your enemies need to do when they see this. Ah. Ah. Beautiful. Beautiful. That's what I wanted for the last flag topper. So, just to recap, we've got a shield, we got a bird, we have a flame, we have a spike, we have a skull, and we have El Skeleton. Wow. And that's definitely the coolest one. For sure. Okay. Hey, where'd his head go? That's really good. That's great. Okay. Do, 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 do. There we go. Can we make a source grid from target surface? Yes. Perfect. Doesn't quite work. Guess I have to do the same as I did with the other one. Which is fine. Do 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 do. What I did was grab this thing. I duplicated it, set the selection, remove the solidify, unbinded this, geometry to mesh, convert to curve, profile 3, support loops. Undid this one. Okay, that's too close. It has to go from here to there-ish. See this. Remove this, remove this. Visual geometry to mesh. Actually, convert to curve. Oh, whoops. Okay. I crashed my Blender. Let's do that again, unfortunately. I think I have my cavities on. I mean, my shadows on. Not Dead says, hello. Hello. Welcome to the stream. Well, Dead says, how's it going? I'm doing okay. How about you, my friend? I just got done sculpting this cool skeleton. I'm trying to finish up this release. Figuring out what I want these banners to look like. Not Deadeye says, hey, that looks amazing. Great job. Thanks, dude. I'm glad you're okay as well. Like this. Put it over there. Put it over here. Slide it down. Put it like that. That again. Mesh to form. Solidify. Make sure these have a nice little angle to them. Transform. Now we convert this to curve. Forward slightly. So I need to hide these, otherwise my computer's gonna go haywire. Not that I says, I'm a beginner in 3D art. It's great to see you work. Oh, it's awesome, dude. What are you doing in 3D art? What type of things do you like? For me, I like doing characters. Characters are my favorite. Not Data says, I got started with some architecture stuff, but I would love to get into characters too. That's really cool. Architecture? So you make buildings? That's cool. Do you do that in CAD software? Not that it says, are you making these flags for a project? I'm making this for 3D printing. I have a community of people that like 3D printing, and they have voted for a flag release. So they wanted a bunch of flags, and now I'm making flags. Because I have like characters like this that have flags, but they wanted a bunch of different ones. So I was like, you know what? I'll just create a full set. Because why not? I give what the people want. I'm a people pleaser. Not that it says, I get that. He said, I was doing 2D projects for a while, but I study architecture, so I recently started trying to do it in Blender. Oh, okay. That's cool, dude. That's awesome. Go. This one. Hmm. It still doesn't quite fit, does it? It's overlapping at the bottom there. It's just not gonna work. I'll try that again. Not that it says, I bet you they will be pleased. They look sick. Thank you, dude. I mean, I have a wonderful community. They, for some reason, they love the stuff I do, and I'm like, all right, I'll keep making more. It's quite wonderful. It needs to be smaller. So what I'll do instead is I'll make the entire thing. I'll grab this entire block and I'll turn it into a grid. Drag this forward slightly. There we go. Try to bind this. Can I do that? Should be fine, right? Yeah, it should be good. Now if I make a grid source, that should work. Yeah. I grab this plane, scale it up, give it this skin modifier. Remove the edge. Loop cuts. Whoops. I say, whoops. Flowify to this. Oh, I can't see it for some reason. Flowify to this. There we go. Note data says, that's amazing. It's not always so easy to find great communities. Well, yeah, I mean, I built it up from the ground and people keep joining and it's awesome. So I was like, you know what? Let me start recording some stuff and making tutorials and just kind of, because, you know, when I started getting into 3D printing, there weren't a lot of resources out there. I kind of had to learn all of this stuff myself because I was really interested in making characters for 3D printing specifically. And I was like, you know what? I want to learn this stuff. I want to do it too. So I just started figuring things out. And since there wasn't any tutorials or resources out there, I just started making my own. And that's kind of the way that people kind of stumble upon me, I guess. Not Data says, by chance, do you have any tips for someone who's starting out? Well, so it depends on what you want to do. If you want to do architecture, I really recommend just getting familiar with Blender if you want to do it in Blender. So really just get familiar with how you move around, how you create objects, how you manipulate vertices. So you can do a cube here and scale it up, and you know, how just in general how you make shapes. If you get familiar with that and you get really handy and speedy, that just cuts the work in half. Like, just get familiar with everything you have to see here. So what are these things mean? The transform, what does scale do? What does rotation do? What do dimensions do? If you get fast in the viewport, that's gonna really cut a lot of time off of your projects. And once you get familiar with this stuff, I really recommend just making a couple of projects that are small. How do you make a basic house, or how do you make a basic character? And well, for architecture, I guess you need to get good at rendering as well. So I would spend a lot of time in what I would do is I would grab objects, free objects from the internet, like from like CG Trader, like a house or something, and I would just try to find some YouTube tutorials about rendering in Blender and just getting like a basic setup. Like, how do you make a sun? How do you let sunlight cascade through a window? Or how do you make your shadows look realistic? Stuff like that. Maybe even like copy like a photo reference. If you can make your 3D render look like a photo, that's pretty much where you want to be, right? So doing stuff like that for architecture, I think, is pretty good. But to be honest, I think if you want to do architecture, it kind of depends, right? So do you do the kind of architecture where you do like structural integrity and like you need to make sure that the building actually is able to stand, or do you just want to like try like crazy designs? Because I don't know if it's the best to do. I mean, you can do CAD software in Blender, but you want to, you know, I don't know how architecture works. I sculpt stuff. I don't make buildings. If you want real precision, then you need to look up some CAD softwares in Blender and how to do like really precision stuff. Because you can do it, but it's not optimal. But like I said, for rendering, it's super good. Blender is amazing in rendering. You can do really cool renders. You can really quickly swap out your matte caps and the way that you want to show things. I can really quickly grab a new matte cap. I can do... Let's see, can I render in this? I set it to Eevee, maybe. I set just a render object, and I turn on my lights. This might lag a little, actually. Let's see. Can I turn on my lights? Is that going to explode my computer? All right, I don't have any textures on any of these guys, but you can already see, like, that's not bad, you know, for a basic render. So you can imagine if I add some colors and some shading and do the shadows a little bit better, things are starting to look pretty good. How do I not have any materials at all? But yeah, for rendering, just look up some rendering tutorials, how you do stuff like that. You'll get quite far. And it can be extremely realistic if you get the render settings down. Notetta says, yeah, for that I think architecture softwares are the best choice. I was thinking of using Blender more of a showcase. Yeah. By the way, respect to you for learning it all on your own. Tutorials are a really great source. Oh, dude, there are so many tutorials on Blender. It's kind of like, you can learn anything nowadays. Like, even if you want to do ZBrush, most CAD softwares, you can learn it all online by yourself. I really recommend people to become resourceful and make the stuff they want to make, you know, because you can just do it. It's not that hard. I wonder, I can just bind this, no? So will that do it? Oh yeah, nice. Look at that, wonderful. I've got my little edge there. Perfect. That's exactly what I wanted. And now I should be able to copy this. Wait, does it not copy over the... Oh. Thought it would also copy this over. That's fine. Perfect. So now those will all work. We need to make sure that these protrude quite far into it as well. But not through to the other side, I guess. 0.55 is good. Actually. Yeah. Look at that. Perfect. Exactly what I wanted. Still kind of protruding. Is this now floating? I hope it's not. No, no, no. We're good, we're good. Beautiful, mate. It's freaking beautiful, mate. Now the question is, do I want to add icons? I don't know. I just don't know what icons it would be, even. Let's see here. One more look at this cool Skeleman. Yes, I'm very proud of him. He looks awesome. He looks really cool. All right, we've been streaming for about 2.5 hours. I was a little bit late this stream, but it couldn't be helped. What we did today is we finished up the last few toppers. We made a shield, we made a skeleton, and we set up these banners to be able to have these nice little edges here. These, I guess these, yeah, just like frames, so you can paint within them. Yeah, that's pretty much all I wanted to do today. I just wanted to make a cool topper for these, for the set. And I guess what we're gonna do next time is finish up this set. I'm a little bit slow on this release. I'm not sure why. It's just because the anatomy of clothing is so different and the work process is so different that you don't really like the scope just keeps increasing. I'm like, oh, let's add another topper. Oh, let's add another flag, and eventually you just end up with something that's way bigger than it usually is. But I think this is just going to be the end of the scope here. I may make 3 more toppers. I'm not sure for these banners as well, but you can also just use these. We'll see. I don't even know what I would even make then, because maybe something with candles or chains or a book. It's quite hard to... Or maybe a fleur de lis. What do you call it? Fleur de lis. The French little flower. Something like that. I have until the end of this week to finish this, and then I need to start on the Mordian Iron Guard proxies that were voted for. Anyways, I think that's going to be the end of this stream, guys. If any of you have any questions, any of you lurking, want to tell me something, want to ask me something, I'll be happy to answer that, and I'll take 5 more minutes while I drink a sip of water. Questions or anything like that before I do the plugs? Hey, no worries, not Detta. I hope they were useful, and I hope you you do something cool in Blender. Make sure to show us. You can always join our Discord and show your 3D creations. People love it in there, even if it's not just 3D printing. We have a big community of 3D printers and people that like 3D art. All right, I think that's going to be it, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Here come the plugs. Remember to like the video, guys. Can we get a like on this video? It really helps me in the algorithm. Make sure to join and subscribe, guys. And also leave a comment. It's really helpful for me. Shows you that you love the channel. Shows other people that you should watch this channel. Obviously, if it wasn't obvious before, you should be watching all of the videos on YouTube. There's some really useful stuff in there. Make sure to join the Discord if you like 3D printing, doing anything in Blender, or just being cool and awesome, because there's only awesome people in my Discord, only awesome curators, and you can be one of them. Remember, guys, if you want these models every month, you can join the Patreon or My Mini Factory. Subscribe under 2 tiers. This is the 2nd tier. The higher paying tier are getting this for the extra release for this month. We have been voted for the Mordian Iron Guard proxies for next month, so if you want to get those, you can also join on the Curator tier. Remember to visit ProxyBrewer.com for my entire catalog. Lots of 3D models. I'm sure you'll find something you'll love in there. And I think that's it. Thank you so much for watching, guys, and I'll see you later. Bye-bye. Bye, guys. Bye. Bye-bye. See ya. Bye.